Today we will be solving a dilution equation. Let's take a look at the question. You are given 675 milliliters of a 0.300 molar solution of sodium hydroxide and are adding 700 milliliters of water. What is the new concentration? To understand what equation we will be using, we must know what the question is asking us. In this particular question, it gave us the volume of a solution, 675 milliliters of a concentration of 0.300 molar solution of sodium hydroxide. And we will be adding 700 milliliters of water to make a new concentration. This means we will be diluting our original solution. Thus, we'll have to use the dilution equation. When we talk about the dilution equation, we're talking about concentration 1 times volume 1 equals concentration 2 times volume 2, which refers to as C1 V1 equals C2 V2. Now that we know what equation we will be using to solve this problem, we now need to plug in our numbers to the corresponding variables. We do this by looking at the question and seeing what values it gave us to the corresponding variables. C1, in the question, it was giving us the 0.300 molar solution of sodium hydroxide. Thus, it will go to C1. For V1, we are talking about the volume of the first solution. The volume was 675 milliliters, so we will be putting that under V1. Well, the question is asking us, what is the new concentration? So we don't know what C2 is. So we will leave that as a question mark. And for V2, we need to find the total volume of the concentration. So it would be 675 milliliters plus 700 milliliters. And we get a total volume of 1,375 milliliters. Now that we know that, we will go and have to convert our original equation to find C2, because that's what we're looking for, because it's asking for what is the new concentration. We do this by dividing by V2 in order to have C2 by itself. When we do that, we get C2 equals C1 V1 over V2 as our new formula. Once we have our new equation, then we will plug in our numbers from what we already had originally. So C2 is equal to 0.300 molars times 675 milliliters. And this will be divided by V2, which is 1,375 milliliters. When we put that into our calculator, we get C2 equals 0.1472727273 molars. Now, for our final step, we have to remember that we have to have sig figs. And the only way that we can know this is by our given units. Well, we have 3 sig figs here, 3 sig figs here, and we have 4 sig figs here. So the least amount of sig figs will be the ones that correlate to your final answer. And this is how I got 0.147 molar. So in the end, C2 is equal to 0.147 molars.